Okay, welcome to Current Exposure. What's going on, observers? Welcome, welcome. We're probably going to have a really short show. Let's see, the topic of today is the dark cloud that's hanging over the Democratic Party. And that's on the local level and on the state level and the national level. If we start with Newark, first let's talk about what's going on with the city of Newark regarding the special election that was denied for the Central Ward Council seat, and formerly Congresswoman McIver held the seat from 2022 up until September of 2024, when it was said that she resigned to go to fill the seat in Congress. So the city of Newark tried to have a special election during the school board election when they could have had the election in November for the Central Ward Council seat back in 2024. They didn't do it. So they tried to do it April 15th, 2025 during the school board election, where 17, 16, and 17-year-olds can was some legislation went through, an ordinance in the city allowing teenagers to vote, but they're only supposed to vote for the school board election, not in the city council election. So there was a lot of confusion around that and whether the students were going to be used to place votes into a council seat for Mayor Baraka's or Team Baraka's ticket, or their pick for the candidate that they want to fill the Central Ward seat. So the Essex County Elections Board denied the city of Newark the opportunity to be able to hold that special election during the school board election. And then the city sued. Um they went through some litigation regarding being able to save money if they did it during the school board election. But there was a lot of pushback in the community because the community, they were coming to city council meetings and school board meetings saying that they were totally against this, and they were against the fact that 16-year-olds and 17-year-olds would be given an opportunity to vote potentially in municipal elections and school board elections. Um, People argue the maturity level and the reason why we have an age limit on voting. This has already been studied. We already went through this. So the age was 21 to vote. Then it came down to 18 because young people were being enlisted into the military. So they said, well, if we're being put into the military, we need the right to vote. So and there's like some whole history with the voting where it was just only property owners and white men who could vote, and there's been some progression, of course, over time. Things have improved. But going back to 16, 17-year-olds, I don't know about that myself. I'm not for that because of the lack of life experience, the maturity level. And I just think that those students could be manipulated as well as what the people were saying at the council meetings that were pushing back against the ordinance to allow 16 and 17-year-olds to vote. And during the election, the city election in 2022, students were bused to the voting site to cast their votes for certain council members that the students didn't even pick on their own. So there was some manipulation there. There was supposed to be a lawsuit by one of the opposing candidates who saw this happen and had proof, and then that kind of disappeared. I don't know if what happened with those people, why they changed their minds, but it seemed like they had some really solid evidence that kids were being used to vote for specific candidates. But yeah, so this election is not going to happen for the council, the Central Ward Council seat. And also, the city does have the opportunity to appoint. They can appoint someone to sit in that seat. They did this before. Cory Booker did this with Shanique Spate, where he tried to do it with Shanique Spate, and people went crazy. It was done with, I believe, Larry Crump when he took over the seat that his mother sat in. And there's some controversy over that. He's now the council president after MacIver went on to Congress. So it's a lot of confusion, conflict going on in the Democratic Party. And not even just that, you had the mayor send out a letter to other candidates running for governor. And basically, in his letter, he's saying that the way they're choosing candidates and electing candidates in the Democratic Party for the primary to run is not fair, and there's no real democracy. I thought that was very interesting, and as Kevin Jenkins, who's been on the show before, has alluded to the fact that the Democratic Party is imploding and there may potentially be a Republican governor for the state of New Jersey. So we'll probably get some Republicans on to talk about that and give us some insight. And also New Jersey, from what I've been hearing, but I haven't seen the stats on it yet, which I'll be looking into, is a purple state now. So if anyone has any stats on that, put it in the comments. Don't be shy. Put your comments in. Feel free to chime in. Also, oh, wait. Even with the appointment, I believe Donald Payne Jr. was also appointed as a council member. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that, because I think he came in by appointment as well. And right now, the city council is deadlocked at 4-4 on their votes. So you have 4 voting against, 4 in favor of different ordinances, different actions that the city it should or should not be taken. So there's a deadlock. So we're gonna have that going on for at least November, unless the city appoints somebody. We may or may not see that. And hopefully, if they do try to appoint somebody, it doesn't cause chaos and madness, but it is Newark. So as you see the council meetings and how they go down, whoever they pick or appoint, there's going to be chaos. Let's get to, hold on, let me see. Let's get to, I want to show you guys. let's go to the story here. Let me share with you. Tap into. Okay. This is the article where you can find where the city they filed the legal action with the Essex County Superior Court. Um, they wanted to hold the special election at the same time as the school board election to cut down on costs and to avoid the deadlock. And then they're saying voter confusion. I think it's more confusing to have people voting for a council seat in a school board election and there's no separation on what the 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds are voting for and the adults, the legal adults. So let's see. Da 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 da. This is the article, so you can read it in full details. It's going to tap into. See everything up there. I think they said it will cost like 350,000 to do this special election. I'm trying to find where it said that. Right here. It will cost $350,000. This is what the city of Newark is saying to do this special election. So the people talked about it last night too. They talked about it at the city council meeting. Let's get rid of that. And then also, let's go to the article where the judge actually said the seat will stay vacant. This is where the judge, this is the judge right here, Gardner, Judge Gardner. And Judge Gardner is saying that he will leave McIver's council seat vacant until November. So he rejected Newark's complaint to hold the special election on April 15th, which is the school board election. So, people also, if you care about what's going on in the schools or if you want some change in the schools, go out to vote. Otherwise, the 16 and 17-year-olds are going to control the destiny of the school board as, they're being manipulated by Team Baraka, which I thought was interesting because Baraka's saying that there's no fairness in the Democratic Party, but yet he runs candidates all the time from Team Baraka. And it's not even fair in Newark for people to run. So I thought that was the letter was a bit hypocritical. Let me see if I can pull the letter up here. Hold on. Give me a second. Get into the comments where he says just say no to the Democratic Party bosses. I want to bring up the letter. The letter was on, let's see. It was definitely on X. Let's go to X real quick. Let's go to X. Let's read this letter. And you people get into the comments about this too. So, Mayor Baraka wrote this letter to, you may have to enlarge it on your screen, but he wrote it to Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill, Congressman Gottheimer, Steve Sweeney, and Sean Spiller, who are the other candidates running for the governor's seat. So he starts it off by saying, my fellow candidates, as we navigate this critical gubernatorial election, we must ensure that the process by which our party selects its leaders reflects the values we claim to champion: fairness, transparency, and true democracy. That is why I am calling on you, as a fellow Democratic candidate, to join me in rejecting any endorsement from a county convention that does not uphold a fully democratic and transparent process. Welcome, Tahita Jabbar. Get into the comments too about this letter. I thought, that last line, fully democratic and transparent process. When has the city of Newark been exercising that in local government? That's pretty much non existent. So I thought that was a hypocritical statement. In the words of my grandmother, the pot calling the kettle black type of statement. Let's go on. The past weekend, we had the opportunity to participate in the Hunterdon County Democratic Convention. I left that experience with a deep appreciation for the integrity of their process. One where every candidate had the chance to make their case, and every committee member's vote truly mattered. Come on, Newark residents. Integrity? Where's the integrity in my trash being picked up on time? Where's the integrity in the streets being clean? Where's the integrity in making sure all residents are safe in the city of Newark? Anyway, next statement. Hunterdon County demonstrated what democracy should look like in our party. What about what democracy doesn't look like in Newark? Unfortunately, that standard is not being upheld anywhere in New Jersey. I agree with that line. Unfortunately, that standard is not being upheld anywhere in the state of New Jersey. Absolutely. It's the pot calling the kettle black. But you know what? This statement is a fact though. The standard is not being upheld everywhere in New Jersey. That includes in Newark. On to the next paragraph. Right now, counties are preparing to announce an endorsement for governor without allowing committee members any binding, meaningful role in the decision. At what point did we have any meaningful and binding decision in picking candidates for the West Ward, for the Central Ward, candidates for the school board? There's been, since 2018, there's been the mayor's ticket. And we have the receipts or the flyers to show that. Let me get back to it. Oh, yeah, you're right. Also, yes, the Southwood councilman chair endorsed him for governor. So I'm confused as well. You had an Essex County commissioner endorse him. Again, I'm confused. What part is not fair? I'm not understanding that part myself, but we'll get back to that. Let's get back to the letter. No debate. No debate. Somebody, Hold on. Why didn't he, when Sheila Montague ran for mayor in 2022, he refused to debate her? So, do you see the hypocrisy? Go back and debate Sheila Montague. Debate her right now, and then we can move on. We could, but other than that, come on. All right, back to it. No influence from the very people who are supposed to represent the heart of our party. This is the same undemocratic concentration of power that the elimination of the county line was meant to address. Yet it persists, leaving voters and committee members alike disillusioned and distrustful of our leadership. I agree with that line. I still don't trust them. They're doing what they want, how they want to do it. No integrity, no real inclusion. Okay, and beyond outright endorsements prior to a vote, some county chairs manipulate the process in more subtle but equally damaging ways, individually endorsing candidates prior to their convention. What are those? The backdoor meetings that they've done in Newark and continue to do, withholding critical information for delegates and committee members, announcing convention dates with little notice. I've seen this happening in Newark. People get the wrong time to show up to events, or they're blocked out of events. Preventing proper outreach. Again, people are blocked out of senior buildings to go and do literature drops and talk to voters, but yet Team Baraka can have access, unlimited access to those buildings and certain facilities where there are masses of voters. And stacking the deck before the vote is even held. How many times? How many times have they stacked the deck? How many times have we seen the deck stacked in local elections? Let me give you a prime example since we're on the South Ward councilman of the deck being stacked. He was the director of recreation when the drugs were found. They hired drug dealers to work in the recreation center with kids and drugs and all types of stuff. Money, guns were found in the recreation center. Instead of him being fired and just going away and us never seeing him again, he was promoted to a council seat. He became a council member after failing the recreation center. And then remember the F the kids comment. He continues to prosper, not being held accountable. So that's a prime example that the deck is stacked. You mean to tell me no one can beat him? Actually, a lot of people can beat him, but since the deck is stacked, they carry him. He's being carried through all of his failures. And then he's a pastor supporting marijuana stores. Anyway, let's get to the last sentence. These tactics may be less obvious. If they're less obvious, so what do you like? I don't know. I don't know. You got X-ray vision and you see right through it. Anyway, they're less obvious than a unilateral endorsement. I don't know. Do they? Maybe some people. Well, yeah, some people are stupid. But they produce the same result, a process that feels rigged in a party that alienates the very people it claims to represent. These people ban people from city council meetings. Is that not the same as alienating them? Taking away their freedom of speech and their undying need to speak out for other people and advocate for people who are too shy or don't know how to put their words in a way where they can be heard. But yeah, this is the hypocrisy. The letter looks rather small too. Let me see if I can blow it up. Let's zoom in on this letter so you guys can screenshot it. Oh, it's still tiny. But you can go on X and you can get the letter of hypocrisy. Okay, Nadira said the last election in 2022, mayor created executive order to keep non-vaccinated, right, out of the buildings to collect signatures for petitions. And now we're seeing that whole thing with the vaccines, they came out with a list of ailments that people have now because they took the vaccine that really wasn't ready to be given out. And we see that Fauci received protection from Joe Biden before Joe Biden got out of office. But yeah, so and that's on a local level. That's the Democratic Party on a local level, and municipal elections and school board elections are supposed to be nonpartisan, but we were. I don't know what the stats are about whether Newark is fully a Democratic city with this purple wave going on. And then you have Democrats voting for Republicans. And then today, I even saw something where Bernie Sanders agreed with something that Trump did. Hold on, let me see. I had it on my phone here, but it was about government efficiency and the budget, the overspending. He doesn't agree with every single thing, but certain things, and upholding the law and good government. And we haven't been getting good government out of the Democratic Party. I wonder what the Bernie Sanders people feel like right now with everything going on, and Bernie, when Bernie got pushed out. Share your thoughts. Get into the comments. When Bernie got pushed out and everybody felt like it was unfair, I think for who? Joe Biden to go up against Trump or something like that. I think Bernie Sanders probably would have been better against Trump than Joe Biden. I think Bernie Sanders would have been a better president, but that's just my opinion. I wasn't down with the Phil the Burn crew, but I definitely liked some of his policies. I wasn't a Bernie fanatic, but I wasn't against what he was saying. I liked a lot of what he was saying. And in hindsight, I think he would have been a better president than Joe Biden. Now, let's go on to the corporate council. The city's attorney is running for an assembly position. These people are just running all over the place for whatever office. I'm starting to think that they can't make ends meet no other way. But Their like government is their livelihood, and I can see if they were doing a good job at it, but they're not. They're not. They need to stop just running to run for that paycheck, because they're not even making any type of improvements in their districts that they're running for. Um, Shout out to Cassandra Dock. She rebranded the DEI acronym to Dark Evil Individuals. So we have these dark evil individuals running, claiming that they represent the people, and they're far from any real engagement with the people. They have no integrity. They don't care about the community, and they just don't give good government at all. It's messy. And then they violate people's freedom of speech, and then they turn around and do engage in hypocrisy. Like the letter, I just don't agree with the letter Baraka wrote. I think it was a desperate move. I think it showed that he's not getting what he wants, because he was getting having his way in Newark. Now he wants to file a complaint about it. He wants to file a grievance to other candidates. And like the gentleman who came at the city council last night, I think he was a Morris or Mercer County commissioner. I'm not sure which one. I forgot which one, but it was an M. He stated that Mikey Sherrill was beating Braz Baraka anyway. So, I just don't know why waste money on a campaign when it could be used to correct issues in the city, to fix this budget. I think we have what is it, a $9 million budget? I think it's 9 million, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, $9 million budget. Let's go up here to the budget. The largest budget in history. The largest budget in history. Right here. 968 point, I'll say 0.2 million. I'll round it up. The largest budget in history. That's huge. That's significant. Significant. And they say it's for the library and police facilities. So the library, I know, is it the library? No, the museum is building housing. I think the library is building housing too. Yep. A key point of concern was the long term financial impact of leases that they have, which costs estimated to approach $500 million over 25 years. These facilities with specialized security features add to the financial strain. The council acknowledged the need for increased revenue from property taxes and development to mitigate the costs. So, once again, falls on the homeowners. Hello, Will. Hi, how are you? So yeah, we have the corporate council running. You got all these people running just to run and hoping that they get into a office. Some people, I believe, can do the work and will do the work, and there's just some people I believe are in it for a paycheck. They're not really in it to improve the quality of life or really have any integrity. So that was lead free water. But yeah, yeah, so that's what's going on at the local level, the state level. We have budget issues as well. Governor Murphy is on his way out. So we have people running and a lot of speculation going on that there will be a Republican governor. I'm not sure which Republican, but I'll have a Republican on and we can definitely talk about that and go into the details of who that is and what a Republican leadership would look like. We already know what we're getting with the Democratic Party. So I don't know if people want to continue with that or if they're ready to make a change at this point. You have people coming out with fancy slogans, fancy statements of false accomplishments, billboards, letters going out, them saying it at their press conferences, but when you look at what they actually have done, it's nowhere near how good they look on paper. So I just want people to start being conscious and aware of how government affects your quality of life, your everyday life, and start getting more involved and start really picking candidates that are not that inspire you. Stop picking candidates that, oh, just give them, you feel like just give them a chance, give them a shot. That's what they said with the West Ward councilman. No, he's trash. His work ethic is garbage. But now look what the people have. You have murders happening, shootings happening in the West Ward. Hey, this is what the people voted for. I saw someone post, I think it was Felicia Singleton Austin, or did I say it right? Austin Singleton, that she said, I hope you got what you voted for today. I was like, oh damn, that's harsh. Because some people did. And some people didn't vote, and that's what they got though, too. Will says we better get it together with the governor race. So if the people they vote for a Republican, then they are supporting Trump agenda. I don't think people feel like that though. I think people feel like they're voting the Democratic Party out because the Democratic Party is not listening to the people. So now the people are going to vote for something else, and you're right, it may very well be against their interest, but the people are so tired of being used and abused by the Democratic Party that they're willing to do that. And that's the danger and the dark cloud that the Democratic Party faces if it doesn't do a reset. I believe the party needs to do a reset. They need to have real candidates have whose background can be checked and verified, especially in terms of integrity, work ethic, uh, their interactions with people, because we have some candidates that don't even like the public. And I don't understand why they're even running for office. I don't understand why they end up being council members or even Congress people if they can't engage and interact with people, or they don't like to do it. This is not government. To me, is people should be honored to be in the position to serve the regions that they're leading in. And they should be leaders. They shouldn't be people that are just pushed onto us and we just accept it and get a little handout on the side for helping put them in. No, we shouldn't wait for them to grow and develop professionally to do the job. They should already come hitting the ground running. They should already be aware of what legislation is. They should be aware of some of the important ordinances. They should be aware of protecting people's freedom of speech and letting people have their freedom of speech. They should stop sicking police on people at city council meetings and banning people because they don't like what they say. Those to me are not leaders. Those are dictators, no different than Trump. And I just think this team Baraka has did a lot that mirrors Trump. The letter to me, it was not even, nobody's even commenting on it. I don't know why. I guess you all thought it was a great letter. Or you're like from that age group where you can't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing, that type of thing. And guess what? That's why the Democratic Party is discombobulated now. That's why there's a dark cloud over it now. And that's why the division is there and it's getting out of control to the point where a Republican is going to swoop down and take New Jersey. That's what I see happening. Let's see. Ms. Brown says, agree, reset is needed for the Democratic Party. Folks need to realize there is an assembly election this year also. Petitions are available now. Time to vote for change this year. Yes, there is an assembly election as well. There are 3 elections coming up this year: school board, assembly, governor. People need to be aware of these dates. I think that information should go out letting people know, hey, there's an election coming up. These are the dates. This is the position it's for. And always have like some type of description of how these positions affect people if you want people to vote. If you don't want people to vote, then things are going to continue to be the way they are. And Republicans are going to swoop in. Let's see. Will says, how many people really vote in Essex County? Let's look at the stats. It's very low right now. They say they vote, but they don't look at the numbers for school board, Congress, and other elections. We must pray. Right. Right. But you have Republicans going out. They're door knocking. They're converting Democrats. They're converting undecided voters who aren't with any party. They've done the math. They're not relying on, oh, are you a Democrat? And I know when I ran for office, people were like, are you a Democrat? And I said, yeah. All right, you got my vote. And I'm like, wait a minute, you didn't even hear my pitch yet. You didn't even hear me speak. You didn't even look at whether I have any credentials. So, but now people are not like that anymore because they've been taken advantage of. And now they're just like, I want anybody but them. And now that Trump did get in, yeah, nobody's picking cotton. Um, the wasteful spending is being addressed. I don't know how the gas is only $2.99. I'm seeing somewhere $2.97. You know, so that's come down, but in the meanwhile, yeah, electricity is supposed to skyrocket, but that was something coming, and let's see what Trump does with that. And I don't know how long this is going to last where people aren't really affected directly. I don't think it's going to last that long. Let's give it until the end of the year. We'll start seeing, especially with this housing crisis that's going on. But hey, you have people that will vote against their interests if their needs are not getting met because they're like, well, if you're not doing it, maybe this guy will do it. And I can't even say I can blame them if someone had 3 terms or 2 terms to get it right. How long are we going to let them keep promising us something that they're never going to give? They're promising the world but never delivering. And then you got somebody that comes along that says, "Hey, I can't promise you the world, but I can give you more than that guy or that that woman." People are willing to take that risk. And in the long run, it may be against their interests, but what they have now is against their interests. Well, it says Essex County Clerk's Office send info all the time. They send all the information all the time. Every time there's election, everyone has to reach out. The only thing that I do get from the Essex County Clerk's Office is the ballot sheet, but I don't get a reminder that, hey, there's an upcoming election. Like right now, I don't know what date the June primary is going to be held. I don't know when the November election is. I have to look at the calendar for that, but I know the school board election is coming up because I've been following that, but I didn't get it from the clerk's office. I got it from the candidates that are who are running. So, and I people need to do more of looking into that, like, yeah, from the candidates, but it's not like other counties. I've been to other counties and they send mailers that show you a list of all the elections that's happening for the year. And they'll send it out timely, not like the week of, because the sample ballots don't they come out like 2 weeks before or a week before the actual election. So I've seen in other counties where they let you know well in advance. And I know like if you call them, they'll tell you at the Essex County Clerk's office. But there's nothing going on. I don't know, maybe they want to save paper. I know they have the calendar that they give out that has the filing dates and all that other stuff on it, but everybody doesn't have access to that. Everybody's not going to the county clerk's office to pick that up, and then sometimes they run out of that calendar. I don't even have a sample of the calendar too because I had one from I think it was 2024 to 20 I think yeah 2024 2023 to 2024, something like that. But hold on. Okay. But yeah, so I don't know. The Democratic Party better do something because the Republicans are out here. They are really outside in Newark, in the neighborhoods, knocking on doors. I'm telling you, I've seen them. And I'm going to have one of them come on and talk about what their party is doing. And it's no shade to the Democrats, but at this point, what are they talking about? What are they offering? They may not be any better, but let's see. Let's find out. But I know they're out there trying to engage with people. And let's not forget the Republican Jack, what is his name? Jack Citarelli or Chitarelli. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but he was right behind Governor Murphy in the last election. So let's not forget that. And I don't think he's gone away. I still believe he's one of the candidates and he's around. So if he almost beat Murphy, imagine who can beat him? Who can beat him? I don't know. I don't know who could beat this guy. Maybe Mikey Sherrill. I don't know. Maybe not. And let's see what happens. And you know, what if Trump comes and endorses him and gives him a bunch of money? Because let's not negate that fact that you have to have a lot of money to run in these elections. And Trump has Elon Musk that he can lean on, Jeff Bezos, to give a Republican a shot in New Jersey by providing him with money, with a war chest. And that's in quotes because we're not waging over a war on anybody. We don't want to be like the congresswoman talking crazy. And a lot of people don't like how that election went. But yeah, let's see what happens. I don't have any more to really say. I was supposed to have my co-host Zaire on, Zaire Ruffin, but he got tied up. Oh, hold on, let me see what's going on. Hold up, let me see. Hold up, Will. I could get you on real quick because I actually have the link. Before I sign off, I have the link because Zaire was supposed to come on and give us some commentary about what's going on with the Democratic Party, engagement issues, budget crises, and then you have people all across the country in Democratic led states where citizens are not happy with their elected officials. Well, I'm sending you the link. I gotta learn how to be like an octopus and have hands all over the place. Because last time I couldn't get you on. I apologize for that. I actually had my phone right here. But if you want to jump on before I log out. Oh, okay. We have Will. Welcome, Will. Hold on, Will. We got you're mute. You're muted. Gotta unmute yourself.
All right, here we go. You got me?
Yep, I got you. What's
Hey,
going
how you
on?
doing, Shakima? Just
I'm
thought
all
I'd
right.
pop in that conversation, man. We got a hot election coming up in November. Very hot
Yes.
election. We got
Yes.
about six candidates, I believe.
Yes.
Is it six candidates?
Six
So
candidates. You got
so
and you got the
here's my
supporters.
take. I popped in your conversation about different topics about the governor's race. Um I heard Ras Baraka when he was in Orange. He came through the city of Orange a couple weeks
Right.
ago, and he was sincere of what he was saying. That's my viewpoint. I don't know about anybody
Okay.
else, but he's very sincere about his topics of discussion about congestion pricing. I had asked him reference to congestion pricing, what he was going to do reference to that. Just that topic, and also he just wanted to hear the people's pulse of the community. It's a very important election that is going to be coming up in November. I kind of leaned on what's been happening in our tri-state area with Adams and the whole the governor of Hochul, Governor Hochul.
Did
She
she
has
switch
appointed a
sides?
huh?
Did she switch sides too?
Yeah, I mean, she's really on Adams in New York.
Oh,
She's
okay.
appoint.
Okay.
Yeah, she's appointed an investigation into his administration to keep his not an investigation, but a panel of people to oversee the operations and reference to his power as the mayor of New York City. That was breaking at 4 o'clock this afternoon. I was watching a press conference. Back in
Wow.
New Jersey, yeah, it's a sticky situation over there because of his alignment with Trump regarding the migrants over in New York City and all with this whole situation with ICE.
Right.
Trump has created a really unhostile environment for the people of America. Let me break it down to you. Like,
Okay.
I'm a Democrat. I'm going to tell you like it is. You know where I stand on some issues.
Right.
Um, I just want to see a person or a candidate that we're going to support in November that is really going to talk about the issues about number one, housing, affordable housing,
Right.
economic development, taxes, lower taxes for residents. I'm a renter. I like, when the taxes go up here up in Orange, my rent goes up. So that's how it
Right.
goes. That's how it goes. I'm living
I
in an
love that.
area. Yeah, I'm
Electricity.
actually living
Wow.
in my ward, Shakima in Orange here. There's some new development by the train station that took place along the borders of the West Ward here in the city of Orange. So
Okay.
so we had a developer come in Orange because I go to all the council meetings or attend a majority of the meetings which actually goes on here in the city of Orange Township, where
Mhm.
there's some development that has been going on, popping up buildings, market rate housing, you know.
Right.
I don't know if you hear the term when in government called community benefits. So what a community benefit is when you have a developer come in, redevelop
Mhm.
the property, and the municipality government at that time, the mayor or the council asks the developer, hey, can you pave a street? Can you fix a
Okay.
park up? Or can you get
Okay.
money for
Right.
a project in Orange?
Okay.
Not only in Orange, throughout the towns that are doing redevelopment. So actually on Crane Street, about a few blocks away, the developer uh, developed a building. It's a apartment building. That's one of prime examples. And what they did
Okay.
was they went back to the township and said, "Well, listen, I'll pave the street and put brand new sidewalks, and that return." It's a
So
how
now are
tax
they giving
abatements.
them, so they're not just getting their tax abatement and giving nothing in exchange. So they're actually,
Yeah,
how did
no,
they
you're
do?
getting no. What
They
they do is a community benefit does that the developer is giving something back, and that's in
Right.
that particular part where I talked about where he came and developed and fixed the street up, paved it, new sidewalks, new curbs.
Okay.
That's coming into my area where on Lincoln Avenue for off of Lincoln. That's one of the developers. Now
Okay.
on the other part of Scotland Road, or right down the street, there's another new development that's for apartment buildings, in reference to tax abatements and community benefits. Community benefits are key to a municipality where they're actually given a part of some type of exchange to have
Right. But
sidewalk fixed.
social
You know what I'm
responsibility.
saying?
Right. So in Newark, they
Yeah.
don't do that. They just get their tax abatement, they keep it moving. They don't do anything in exchange for the community. They're not held to doing anything, which I think is good. If they're going to take the tax abatement, I think they should also be doing community benefit projects as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Um,
I agree with that. Then we were talking about this governor's race. This governor's race is crucial in the state of New
it is.
Jersey, also the assembly seats, because what happens is that President Trump is actually, every time you turn around, is an executive order. Executive order. I mean,
Okay.
a reference to people come up to me, they're going to be taking away SNAP. They're going to be taking away housing. No, I don't think Trump can touch SNAP. I don't think he
No,
can touch
he
that.
can't. It's built in. What was done with, I believe, what president was that did the social programs? Was that Lyndon Johnson?
Yeah, Lyndon Johnson. Yep.
Okay, so they wrote something. They wrote it up so well with Congress that it cannot be eliminated by any president. It has to. It, the country pretty much has to be pretty in some type of civil war to get rid of it.
Exactly. And
Um,
another thing Trump was talking about Medicaid. There's been, hoopla about that,
right,
cutting Medicaid. I really am appalled by one. I've never seen, when he was first in office, you kind of had to deal with it.
right.
That was during the COVID time and all that. But it's just like it gets to a point where, like, every day, what's going to happen when you wake up out of your bed and go to work, and what are you going when you're going to come home? What are you going to see on the television?
That's true.
It's just that I don't feel comfortable in having, it's up to the people of New Jersey who they vote for, and it's their choice. That's why we have a right in America who to support and when. You know what I mean? I
Right.
would I wouldn't feel like when Christie was in office, we in Orange here. I actually got laid off. There was a massive layoff in the town.
Really?
Yeah, and
Wow.
Hawkins was the mayor, and it was through Christie that caused all this. Had police, firemen, and public works employees, and
Oh, I remember that. But didn't they bring them back?
yeah, they brought everybody back,
Okay.
but
They had to use it.
it
Yeah.
kind of scares you when talks of federal cuts. Everything is affected. Like, people don't know. Like, I really, I've been a county committee person since 2004 in my district. Okay,
Okay.
I'm well aware of my area. I'm well aware what happens in my community. And it just shows the fact that we have to be mindful as people in Essex County and say, listen, we have to stand shoulder to shoulder and say, listen, we need to either, we'll support you, but you have to give something back. Like, people are really mindful at these ages of time where they vote, who they vote for. It's like
Yeah.
somebody comes up my door and says, I'm running for office, but okay, and are you a Democrat? Like you said, are you a Democrat? Yes, I'm a Democrat. Well, you're in. No, it doesn't work like that. It really shouldn't work like that, because it's not fair for people's rights to be violated. With this
Yeah.
whole ICE thing, it's just crazy that it's sad. It's unfortunate. Like, it all started up in New York, where Eric Adams was giving hotels. They were there was talk about um, the mayor up there giving them vouchers, a place to sleep, a place to
Right.
eat, and the taxpayers in New York were paying for it. But now here in New Jersey, we have Governor Murphy. He's been really holding the line right now. But now it's the time. 2025 comes, or
Yeah, he's
there's
about to
this
be
is
out.
this there's a crucial this is
Yeah.
a crucial election. We can't play with this. We cannot play with this election.
So what do
Either
you think the Democratic Party needs to do? Because I think that one of the
well,
major
what we need to
flaws
do,
was the
okay, what
fear
we need to
mongering.
do,
You
we
can't be
get through
scaring
this.
people.
We no, we'll get through this primary. When we get through this primary, then we all got to sit down and say, hey, this is candidate A, this is candidate B, this is candidate C, candidate F. We got to fight. We got to have a discussion because there's some crucial issues that are coming aboard on a federal level that's affecting us as far as the educational DE. What is it called? DEI.
Yeah,
It's,
Cassandra Doc said it's the dark evil individuals.
oh, I shouldn't laugh. I might, but I'm saying as though it's that program is a crucial program that was cut, and it's sad that Trump has came in and sliced every bit of laying people off. You can't take an
Okay.
airliner because the plane crashes. It's just chaos. It's
Now,
just
college
chaos right
courses,
now.
yeah,
Oh,
the
and
credit courses are scary.
oh man, you wake up every morning, you're like, oh, can I get a breath of fresh air? Can I come out my door? And
Yeah,
what the hell is going to happen next? You know what I
right,
mean?
right.
And it's a crucial time where these programs should be protected by our representatives in Congress, the Senate, even on the New Jersey level. You know,
Who are these diversity, equity, inclusion programs for though? Because we didn't have it before. Now that
okay.
it's gone, I understand some people don't want it to be gone, but I've
I mean,
never really knew
any
anything about
program,
it. I haven't
yeah,
benefited from it directly or indirectly. And I'm
yeah.
just wondering, okay, now that it's gone, why can't we still be as good as whoever was supposed to benefit? Why can't they still be as good as they were when we didn't have it?
Well, I really don't know much
You
about
know
it.
what I mean? Because
Yeah,
if a business owner or a, a company is racist, why go work for them? You have
exactly.
you have companies that are, and when there are you can go to their competitors who do this
Yeah,
on their own, where they're like, I want the best employee. I don't care if it's a man or woman or whatever. I just want the best for the company. I don't care what race they are. You know
yeah,
what I mean? So
yep.
why so much focus on that? I think it's just a distraction, and I think that turns people off because they're like, well, why are we fighting for that when we can just ignore those companies, not support those companies, and go about our business and support the ones that do have a diverse group of people. Even like in Essex County, I believe we're a very diverse county. You have all types of people. You know what I mean? All different
Yeah.
backgrounds. And even in the Democratic Party, everybody working together. All different races, all different backgrounds, all different socioeconomic statuses. And
Yeah,
I
so
think that's a good thing, but there's no DEI in the Democratic Party.
no. No.
It just works that way because it's like minded people coming together
Yeah.
who aren't,
So
ignorant, because I think racism is just stupid. That was the most stupid idea that could have happened to this country, but it did. But I think we're moving away from that. And you have those pockets of people that want to do it, but guess what? Nobody really engages and interacts with them, and they kind of block themselves out.
Yeah, so let me share this with you, Shakima. Um, so Trump was like talking about getting rid of the Department of Education. Are
Uh
you
huh.
are you out of your mind? What are you doing, man? What are you
Right.
coming in here and cutting Department of Education? These people have jobs, they have children, they have lives. I mean, do we have a guy that's sitting up in the White House is being controlled by Eli Musk and the Dodge? And now I heard this is what I heard. She came. I don't know if you heard it today. That Dodge,
Uh
okay,
huh.
he Trump was talking about giving money back to us from the Dodge. Is
I
that
heard it
true? Did
was
you hear that?
I heard $5,000, but I just took it as
I'll take about.
because
You know what? I'll take about a
yeah,
thousand with that.
yeah, he said five
I'll take about a
thousand.
thousand of it.
Yeah, but I don't know how true
That's
it
what he
is.
did. That's what he did when he went. Look, this is how
Oh, it
Trump
was that
acts.
the
This is how he
stimulus?
rolled. Yeah, this is how he rolled. I've never seen like during COVID. Okay, I was getting checks in my. I woke up one morning. I was like, whoa! I $1,200 in my account. I said, whoa! What kind of money I get over the night? It's just that hilarious. Is this guy hilarious? He's a guy that's. I don't like him. I'm just gonna tell you right now. I'm a Democrat. I
And
don't.
I
I'm not a
respect that.
Republican.
I respect that.
I understand. I know. I don't play the shuffle.
Right,
You go to
right.
the bowling alley and you say, hey,
Yeah.
can I knock this pin down? We have representatives that in Congress and throughout the Senate and down there in DC to represent us. You know what I mean?
But you got
But we
people
got to
that
be
do.
mindful.
You got
Yeah.
people that do
But
play the
listen,
shuffle. A lot. A
but
lot.
listen, I can play the shuffle. Listen, it's like you go into the picket store and you say, pick three. Can I get three numbers? And them
Look at
seven,
what
like for instance,
right. Look what Eric Adams did. He played the shuffle
oh, he
and
played it real well.
his charges got dropped.
He's like, he's like, he's like, he got a pardon. I'm like, he went
Yeah.
to DC and said, hey, Mr. President, can I get a pardon? And in my return, that you have the Homeland Security guy come in and say, Eric Adams, we need your support and help to round these people up and get them out of the country. But you don't know who's who. These people
Yeah.
that are like these people are business people. They're landscapers. They're common knowledge. What are you gonna walk down the street? It's like, put it this way. I'm gonna give you an example. The Homeland Security people be coming up the orange and grabbing every person who I could be. My family with my mother and my father were Irish. So you're gonna grab them off the street. God bless my father, but my mom is still living. She's 83 years old. She's saying,
So
but how you gonna know who is a migrant, who's not? You know what I mean?
right,
That's
right.
crazy. It's
They
crazy. It's
won't
sad
touch your
though.
mother though. They better not touch your mother. We'll be up there from Newark if they
Well,
bother your
I
mother.
know. What I'm just saying is though, it's sad. It's sad that we have a guy in the White House that is causing havoc. It's causing havoc. I know I'll probably get criticized and hey, oh, he was on decent, exposure and saying Trump was this and Trump's that. I really don't care. I'm just gonna tell you like that.
No,
We
but
need a person
you're a
that's gonna
Democrat. You're deep into it. You've been in it since 2004, which I
exactly.
understand.
But I'm
And you
saying as
have
though
the common
I care
sense.
about people. Yeah, I care about people. We all live in the hood. I live in Orange. I'm born and raised in Orange. Okay, and I went to school in Orange. But I'm saying as though you're gonna take programs away from people in general and say, listen, oh, I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut that. But it affects everybody. It affects everybody. It affects Newark. It affects East Orange. People that live in Newark, East Orange, Irvington. We have to buckle down and say, listen, who we gonna support for the party, or the right candidate come in November. We can't be having, like 6, 7 guys running for office and oh,
Right.
who we gonna
I
support?
agree with that.
I don't. But I'm saying that's
But
why
they
they
can't
call it a
be
primary.
handpicked. They can't be handpicked already either. That's not fair, and I think that's where the issue is in the Democratic Party because some people feel that
Well, you know
way.
what? I say to this, I'm going to keep that comment to myself. And nobody knows who I vote for. I
Right,
don't tell
right.
nobody who
I
I
like
vote
that.
for. I vote by mail, and I say, it's like me when I ran for county committee last time. All the disastrous stuff was happening to me.
Right,
You
right,
know, it's
right.
just I'm not getting into it, but I'm just
I
saying
know,
as though
but you have people where they just come out of nowhere. You already got
yeah, they
some
just come out
people
of you know
where
what? They
they
just come
not
out of
working.
nowhere and say, hey, I'm gonna run for Democratic committee person, and I can beat this guy. You know what I mean? But the
Right,
problem is
right.
in the primary. You know what, Shakima? The problem is in the primary, nobody comes out. Nobody comes out. You know why they don't come out? Because it's already. It's just for some reason it's already handpicked. You know what I mean? If
Okay.
you're on it, it's just it's sad though that people don't come out and vote. Like I made that statement in the chat. Well, people, very low people come out in Essex County. You know why they don't
That's
come out?
true.
Because they're not educated
I
by
agree.
by by us,
I
the committee
agree.
people.
I
Okay,
agree.
and
We
it's
need
not.
more
They don't
city
know.
guys out
They
there.
don't know how to. They don't know how to vote, and it's just like, hey, I voted for you. When I ran for county committee back in 2004, and I remember the first time when I ran. How you anticipate something that's going to happen, and it happened. I won. And it's just like I really had very little opposition. I have a young lady, Stacy Martin. She's my partner. She's a very hardworking person in the community. She works for the city. She's very dedicated in what she does. You know, you got to find people like that. It's like all of
Right.
our committee people. They live in Orange and they've been on the committee for a very long time. But we can't have this animosity because we have a Republican, Chitterelli. He's running. He almost beat Murphy the last time. And it's sad though
He was close.
that when you don't label. See, it's like this. Um, the bottom line is this. It's just that people in general need to get their asses to vote. I'm sorry. Because we have an election that's coming up, and we don't need no Republican in that seat. Because you know why? Because all those programs that we have in New Jersey, this guy's going to come in like a Trump and cut it. This Republicans
Wow.
are people that are not. They're not the barrel the lotus of the people. If people wanted to decide like in Christie when he came in, like remember when Christie was the governor, then he ran
Right.
for president and all that kind of crap.
Right.
It's just ridiculous where we can't have a guy that's in there and saying, listen, I want to cut this, I want to cut that. You know, they living off the land. Let's cut these programs. Education in New Jersey, like Sean Spiller, he's one of the candidates. He's the education president. Okay, so
Right.
I heard Sean Spiller speak at the debate and everything, and it's all good. You're the leader of the union, education union. That's fine and all dandy. But what are you going to do for the average Joe like Shakima, William,
Right.
Cassandra, whoever? What are you going to do for us in our urban centers like Irvington, East Orange, North, South Jersey? Let me tell you, the last election in South Jersey, I heard it was all Republicans.
I
I,
believe
I
it.
I heard
I
they
believe
vote
it.
Republican down there.
I believe it.
They
I
vote
believe it.
Republican down there.
I
And
believe it.
any person that goes down, any candidate goes down to South Jersey, it's just that you gotta have a person in there that's like the hell with it. I'm gonna go against this. I'm gonna go against that. But everybody is in. Everybody that's running for governor, they actually care. They actually care. I don't know if they. I don't know. Politicians these days, like me, I'm an average Joe. But I'm saying if I'm supporting you, I'm behind you. I'm supporting you. If you ran Shakim and say, Bill, Will, you running, okay, you know what? I'm a type of guy I said, you know what, I got your back.
Right.
But it's sad though, we have a guy in the White House. We have a guy in the White House that's that is looking to okay, you want government efficiency, that's fine and dandy, and cut all that waste they had. You don't know where the waste was. That's all great. But we gotta have a person that's gonna stand up to Trump and say, listen, you're not touching New Jersey. You're not touching New Jersey now. But you gotta have your pride, you gotta have education, economic development, housing in our urban cities like Newark. Newark is a big city, like the
Right.
Prudential Center. I go down to the Prudential Center a lot, right?
Right.
So the problem down there, they don't have enough parking. Everybody gets charged a significant rate. It's like always parking down there. So it's it's
Okay.
it's a it's an unfortunate thing, but like I said earlier, like these tax abatements, um,
Yeah.
and these community benefits are big. Community benefits are big in the city like Orange. Orange has got a lot of community benefits, and that goes to the mayor of Orange. He's done a great job, Dwayne Warren. When
Uh-huh.
I've supported Dwayne Warren since he's been in office, because the reason why I support Dwayne Warren, because Dwayne Warren is a person that came into Orange and fixed everything up. The streets were in chaos. The police
Right.
department, the crime rate was out of whack. He
Uh-huh.
appointed the right people, and it's just
Uh-huh.
that when I support you, when I say that I'm behind you 100%, I'm 100% behind you, and I'm not
Right.
gonna hold no bar for it. I'm an Orange guy. I love Orange where I live. I could have left when my family left, but I didn't leave because I love my city, like you love your city.
Right.
You know,
That's
you
true.
you
And I'm
advocate, and
still
you
here in
have
Newark.
you
I'm
have
still here.
people. You have people. These are the community people that you have in Newark. You have Donna Jackson,
Right. Right.
Shakima. You have Cassandra Doc. You have the other young lady. I can't get her name right, but she's always at
Felicia.
the council meetings.
We
Yeah,
have
they
Felicia.
are
We
advocates
have
of the. Yeah,
Miss
they are.
Prosper.
Yeah, they are called. Yeah, they are called advocates of their city because they are the guy. They are the
Mayor.
people that go to the meetings
Right.
and voice their concern. And that's great and all dandy when you go and voice your concern. But the bottom line is this: you have to know what you're talking about when you go to that mic, because that it's a thing where it's like you gotta have a love for your city. Like I'm an advocate for Orange. Everybody that lives here in Orange, you know, they and I know when you're from Orange and or if you're not from Orange. Like
Right.
Shakim, like your neighbors that live down the
Right. That's
street. Oh, he's not home. Let's look out for him when he's on
right.
vacation. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you know what the whole thing about this governor's race is that we need a candidate. We're gonna have to realize that we're gonna have to buckle down when November comes because the Republicans. Jack Ciattarelli, he was in it last time. I don't take nothing for granted in no elections. You don't
So
take nothing for granted. It's
let me
unfortunate.
ask you this. If New Jersey gets, let's say hypothetically, New Jersey gets a Republican governor, what would that look like from your point
Um,
of view as a Democrat? You said programs would get
I
cut.
wouldn't.
What
It
would
wouldn't
that?
look good. It wouldn't look good. You know why? It's called I'm gonna make you laugh too. I'm gonna make you laugh. It's called get get ready to go north. Okay, like Trump was gonna say that he was gonna make Canada one of the states. Well, I'll
Okay.
be going north. The
Oh
can
yeah.
No, I'm only joking with
You're
I'm
not
only
gonna
joking. Well,
stay there, right?
I mean, I don't know how it's gonna look good. Well, I tell you what. If it becomes a Republican governor, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. We need a person that's going in there. and saying, you know what, I, I'm the governor. Look at the governor of Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
governor of Pennsylvania. He got reelected again. The people like him. The people like him. We need a candidate that's gonna, do the people's work. The people's work as
That's
far as
true.
education, economic development, housing, this congestion pricing nonsense. They're battling out in New York too. Here we go. See, this is what I'm talking about. Here we go. Governor Hochul and Eric Adams is battling out in New York over congestion pricing. Are you serious? I'm coming into New York. You're going to charge me $9 when I'm driving down the street? Come on now. I mean,
That's
where's that money
exactly
go?
now.
Where's that money go? They say it goes. Listen, says it goes in the transportation fund. Well, what transportation fund?
With
I've been
how?
on the
It
city
shouldn't be no
subways.
potholes.
What?
It shouldn't be. Yeah, the subway should be clean and safe
Oh
in New
my
York.
gosh, Shakima. I rode a city subway one time. Always remember it. I was coming back from the WNBA All Star game, right? I had
Uh-huh.
covered, and it was like I had I got in late, and I called a friend of mine, but he lives in New York. He says I need to drop my head in your house, man. Overnight. Oh my God! To get into from getting Midtown Manhattan to getting where he was going,
Right.
I thought I was in like, what the hell's like guy on the city subway begging for money.
It's
The
crazy.
guy's playing the guitar.
I took
Yeah,
my son.
the
Oh my
guys, the
gosh.
guys like it's sad. It's sad that it's sad. Like
It's a lot going on.
speaking of homeless. Yeah. Oh, it was a lot. Oh my God, it was a lot going on.
Took my
So
son one time
speaking of that,
and it was
okay,
crazy.
huh?
I said I took my son and we had to get on the subway to get to this theater to see a bubble show. And he was
Oh,
just like, "What is this?" I'm like, "This is the real world." But it was, yeah, it was definitely overwhelming for him to see the homelessness, the people playing
yeah.
instrumentals.
It's
There was a
unfortunate.
cowboy walking around
Listen.
with underwear on.
Oh
And
my
just for
God.
that, yeah, and
Oh
it
my
was this
God.
was in the winter. This was in the winter too. Well, like this guy, and he
Oh
had
my
on
God.
cowboy boots.
So
And
what
so
are
the
we
white
saying in
girl
the
just closed. And
what
I'm
is your
like,
viewers what is your viewers saying in the chat? What are they saying in
they're
the chat?
quiet. They're quiet. They're not saying anything in the chat. They probably want me to just get off.
Oh
They don't
wow,
want
they're
to. They
quiet. They don't want
they
me
don't
on the
want to.
show.
Yeah,
They're
they
throwing
don't
me
want
off
to
the
talk
show
pot.
already.
They don't want to talk politics today and what's going on with the Democratic Party. I guess it's
Oh
depressing.
my God.
It's a
No,
depressing
I'm just
topic,
saying they don't.
but
I'm like, yeah, everybody's quiet in the chat now. We ain't chatting too much now, huh? Is it
yeah,
because I'm
yeah.
on the show or what? Is it because I'm on the show or not?
No, of course not. Of course not. They
Okay.
may be busy today, or they didn't know I was coming on because I usually do like a flyer a couple of days before, and
Yeah.
I did it the same day. So they'll probably double back and watch and put their comments in a little
Yeah.
bit
I mean,
later. But that's the good thing about the show because once we record, it's up there for people to double back and watch, and that's what people do. They'll watch on their own leisure time,
yeah,
and
we gotta
that's
hope for
okay.
the. You know what? To be for real, we gotta be for real about this. Where everybody jokes aside, we gotta have a person that's gonna help the people of New Jersey. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm loving the
well,
show.
yeah,
Okay.
you know, yeah.
You're loving it, huh? You're loving it, Nadira. Keep it up. Keep it up in Newark, New
Oh
Jersey.
yeah,
You're
she got the
being an
council
advocate.
meetings too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
She's
seen
got
her
the
last
council
night.
meetings too.
I watched the replay tonight. I'm making a great point. What kind of point I am? I hope I'm making good points for Nadira. But yeah, stay well. I mean, it's a great thing that you have a lot of people out there that advocates and support you for your show. And I don't mind coming on. I'm like, oh, well, we talking politics. That's my favorite topic
I
around
know,
this
I
time.
know, I know, I know. She said 2024 exposed a lot. 2020 people, yeah, yeah,
Uh-oh.
we're in
What's she talking about when
2025.
2024
We're
exposed?
we're dealing with what was exposed in 2024. The nonsense, the
Yeah.
BS. People, gaining
You know
consciousness and
what? You know
saying,
what?
wait a
You know
minute.
what? You know what? Shakima, I'm gonna tell you this. I pick up the post every day, right? And hold on, I'm gonna show you the post. I'm gonna show you the paper today when I picked it up. Hold on, let me get it. Let me get it real quick. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
I
Hold on.
like the post. I like the post. I like that. Yes, I agree. 2024 exposed a lot. It's good to have different perspectives too on the show. Let's see. Whack a toll. Trump kills Hochul's congestion tax. Wow. Now, was that Hochul was behind the congestion tax?
Yeah, she was behind it. She thinks that the
See,
city of New York is gonna get money from it. Um,
and she's
I don't
of the
drive.
Democratic
I don't.
Party. It's stuff like that
No,
that
no, no,
makes
no, 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 no. No, 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 no,
she's
no,
not
no.
from
Wait
she's
a
not
minute.
of the Democratic Party.
Yes, she is.
See, and it's
She
like
is.
when they do things like that, it's like, okay, that
I guess she was
drives
on the front
people.
cover.
And I love the New York Post. I love that's one of my
That's
top
the only paper
papers.
around here now. The Star Ledger is not no longer in print right now. You got to go to NJ.com to get that information.
I saw that too. Yeah. Miss Brown
Uh
said
oh.
we need change in New Jersey. Time for change. Everyone needs to vote. Take a chance. Make a change. Vote. Everyone
Keep it
needs
up,
to vote.
Dara. You advocating for keep advocating for your residents down in Nadira. Keep it up.
So
I support anybody that supports this advocacy, whatever they call it. But
so
yeah,
what do you think
it's
about?
really it's.
Oh, go ahead. Well, I'm
Say it
sorry.
again.
I'm sorry. No, I was going to ask
What you
you a
think about?
question, but no, I was
Go
going to
ahead. Go
say
ahead.
what
Ask me.
what
Ask me.
what do you what do
Ask
you
me.
think about this voting pattern in Essex County? How is that going to change?
Well,
We People
the
are
only way that's
registered,
going to change.
they're just not voting.
Yeah. So the only way that's going to change is up to the people. The people have to decide what they want to do. Voting change power. But the people are going to have to decide what they're going to have to do as far as this upcoming election because it's going to be really crucial right now. You know, I know much about uh, Fulop. He's a candidate. He's the mayor of Jersey City, but he's being challenged by James McGreevey, the former governor, the former governor of New Jersey. And guess who's supporting him for mayorship down there? Phil Murphy.
For who? Wait, who is Murphy supporting? Philip or
No, no,
McGreevy?
Murphy is supporting. No, Murphy is supporting James McGreevey. He's running for mayor down in Jersey City. When they have the mayor's race,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
he's supporting James McGreevey, the former governor.
Now, why is James McGreevy running for mayor?
I don't know why.
Isn't that a step
I don't know why.
backwards? See that? See,
Oh,
what's
I don't
going
know.
on in the party? It's stuff like that where I'm just like,
Don't. I know. I
just
know.
support another candidate and
But
get behind that candidate because I'm quite sure there are
yeah,
other
I'm actually
candidates that
behind.
could run.
I'm actually behind. I'm actually supporting for assembly. I'm voting for Venezia from the Bloomfield mayor. He's running for an assembly seat again. I'm
Okay.
voting. I'm actually voting for him and Miss Carmen Morales. The reason why I'm voting for them is um, that they're in power right now. They're in power. I know Brittany Claybrook. She's very good candidate, very good advocacy for
Yeah.
the people. She's
Yeah. I
she's
love
good
Brittany.
people. Yeah, she actually ran for Congress, but yeah, I mean that's gonna be an interesting race.
So
That
wait,
race,
so Claybrooks
along
versus Venezia?
Venezia and
Venezia?
Carmen Morales,
Oh wow. So
and the
those are
guy
three
if
top
her
candidates.
running mate, no, her running mate is Jason Valdez.
Okay.
Valdez, I think they're from Brittany's from East Orange, right? Brittany
Right.
Clayburgh's
Yep.
from East Orange, right?
East Orange.
And I
Yep.
think her running mate is from Belleville. I don't know,
Okay.
but it's gonna be
Yeah.
Mike Venezia, the former mayor of Bloomfield. Mike is a good friend of mine. He's a Democrat. I know the Democrats. We're just having a rough go right now, but we'll be
Yeah.
all right. We'll just have it.
It's
Look,
a
it's like
storm in the
this.
party.
It's called the Hatfields. It's called the Hatfields and the McCoys. The Hatfields
Okay.
and McCoys you know, uh, the McCoys are Trump, and it's a little bump in the road right now, but everything's gonna be fine. But it's up to the
Okay.
people in New Jersey who they gonna vote for. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They're gonna vote for. We have a primary coming in June, and that's going to deviate out for the candidates that's going to be running in November. Because
Okay.
all these elections are like
And you got
they
somebody.
go for a very long time, and I think one time, I think run. Okay, go Nadira. Good luck.
Claybrooks,
But
that's my girl
yeah,
too. I like
they're
Claybrooks.
every. Okay, you got it.
I
But
gotta see
yeah, I
what
mean,
your candidate says though.
everybody that's say it again.
Oh no, I said we gotta see what your candidate is saying though too.
Well, we'll see what happens. But yeah. So we're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be big. The governor's race is big. The assembly. Matter of fact, all the seats in the general assembly are up. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's
Right.
how big it is. All the
Right. That
assembly
too.
seats are up, and
That
that's
too.
gonna play a big part in New Jersey politics. It's gonna be all
Yeah.
fun though. It's just like, oh, why you supporting this person? Or why you
Yeah.
supporting that
Yeah.
person? That's how that goes. The
Right.
the campaign list.
That
Hold on. I'm
always
gonna show you
cracks
this.
me up. I thought you were backing me.
It's like this. Look. Who's supporting who? I got this in the mail today. Okay,
Spiller again?
Spiller,
Man, he
and
stays sending out
look.
those wow. Wow. Wow.
See, he's a former mayor of Montclair, and
I believe him. I ain't
he's
but
got this teacher. I
did
don't know.
he
You got to
serve out
ask
his
him.
term or did he get booted out like
I don't
all
know.
the
You got to
ones
ask him.
before him? Oh,
You
see,
got to ask him. Yep.
I'll
You
find
got to
out.
ask
I'll
him
find out.
how. I know, but you got to ask him. All comments and questions go to the candidates themselves. I'm just coming on here. Yep, it's up to the people to make a change. It's up to the
Yeah.
people in New Jersey. We'll see, though. We'll see in a couple of months. I'm glad to be on the show. I
Thank
appreciate
you,
you
Will.
for having me
Thank you for coming on.
pop in. No problem. I mean, it says join Sean's fight against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It says donate here to protect New Jersey. So is that work in New Jersey? Yeah, this guy's matter of fact, Spiller. I think he has like every other minute a commercial coming up on
Yeah.
WBLS.
And he has a
Um,
billboard
it's
on
go-
the turnpike. I was just on the turnpike
wow.
today. Yeah, going south.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you a
By
question.
Freehold.
Who did
By
you?
Freehold.
What did you think about Yeah, what did you think about that debate though? What did you think about it?
You want my honest opinion about that the Democratic
Yeah,
debate?
yeah. Give me your honest opinion. Yeah, give me your honest opinion about it.
I was disappointed. It
Really?
had no fire, no spark, nothing. Nothing. And
Well, I tell you what. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. I know you got to go. You know, we've been on for a minute, but yeah,
it
it's gonna be
wasn't
very
vibe enough for
interesting.
me. I want to see the Republican when the primary is done and the candidate is picked for the Democratic Party and you have the Republican candidate. I want to see that debate.
Well, I tell you what. Then I'll order you some popcorn and some sodas, and you can sit in front of your
All right.
TV and see and say it's like, oh, let's get it popping. Let's get it popping. Because it's popping in New York right now with Hochul and Adams going at it. There ain't no true love
Yeah.
about that. And Cuomo, I think Cuomo wants to run against him for mayor.
He's wow. Can he
Yeah,
run for mayor? He can run for mayor?
I guess so. Did Donald Trump
Wow. Hey,
did Donald Trump survive a 34 count indictment? I guess he didn't. See
yeah, see,
that's what it
and that's
goes.
the crazy part too. You have somebody who has a felony, convicted felony, convicted felon or
Yeah,
whatever,
34.
and
It's like
like like
listen.
come on, why would people take now it makes people not want to take politics serious.
Look, this guy had a 34 indictment charges. If I had 34 indictment, I'd be in the jail by now.
Right. If
Cause
you right, if
I
you
ain't got
convict
that
Trump,
I ain't got
people
that
get
Trump money like that.
they'll have you on the
But you
newspaper.
know,
Look what Will did, 34 counts, da da da
yeah. So what I'm saying is though, um, the system itself it needs to change because because elected officials like Trump when he was going through that 34 count indictment, man, come on, man, are you serious? That's your reputation. That's that's your reputation.
Yeah, I didn't forget about that part either. That this guy, yeah, has all these counts, and he was convicted. So I definitely didn't forget about that point. I know some people love Trump and all that other stuff,
I
but
don't
I
I
feel
don't.
like I know you don't, but you have people out there. Oh, so what? But he's still the president. He's a smart guy because he still managed to be the president and be a convicted felon. It's like, so we're lowering the standards now. That to me, I'm not for
Yeah,
that because
you know what,
that's not
Shakima.
good leadership to me though. Will if
No,
you're
it's
a
not.
criminal, why would people I don't want to follow you. You're not teaching me anything. You're teaching me how to just skim and scam the system. And there's no integrity in it.
Yep. No, no
So
integrity whatsoever.
but you people love it. But I won't say I
You know
won't
what?
support a
They love the
Republican though
ratings.
because of that.
You know what? You know what? It's when remember when they had when Biden was still running against Trump,
Yeah.
right? That's where when that whole debacle started with him and Biden. I thought I really thought with Kamala Harris, I think that really hurt putting Kamala Harris and Biden because you had like remember now here's Trump that's going to run for a second term. He was
Yeah.
ready. He had
He
his
was
money.
ready. He was ready.
Okay,
He's
and we turned around. We had Biden running. Then he didn't want to run anymore. Then the Democrats are
that was messy.
it
That
was
I
yeah.
think that messed everything up.
Yeah, it kind of you got to be in campaigns that I've worked on. You got to be organized You got to have your
Yes.
candidate. Your candidate has to be on point with the issues. You
Yes.
try to run a clean campaign. It's unfortunate sometimes people, some candidates do, some candidates don't. But it's that whole thing with Biden and Trump when they were debating, when whatever happened with Biden. Here's a guy that it should be. I don't know if it should be an age limit of being for president, but here at Biden was how old? How old Biden? 80s in the 80s?
Yeah, I think 82.
Yeah, 80. God bless his soul. God
Yeah.
bless him.
Yeah.
He served the country. But it's just like there should be like a some type of, I don't know. It's just that whole thing around Trump and Biden, and then Kamala came in and tried to finish it up. We should have been more prepared before. We should have, first of all,
Especially
we
at
should
the
have
federal level.
yeah, on the federal,
It's
we
not
should have been
on the
more
city election.
prepared
Yeah.
than that. That's what messed it up, and that's why Trump got in, because they
Yeah.
couldn't. Weren't the people weren't um they were seeing it. Everybody can see it.
Right.
They were
Right.
they said, "Oh, no, we're not going to have this. This is crazy." They were
Yeah.
giving money to Ukraine and all that type of crazy stuff. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. But I'm gonna let you go.
It was
Thank you for
chaotic.
your time on
It,
your show.
you're
All your
welcome. And you're
listeners.
always welcome. You're always welcome.
So y'all keep up the faith. I see Nadira. She's still hanging on with us. Keep it
Yes.
up, Nadira. You good. You keep
Thank you.
average. Keep being an advocate for the people of Newark. You know, somebody's always listening, and I watch all the council meetings. I watch them in Newark. I watch them in West Orange. You know, and I'll come back on the show periodically during the election. When I got time. But I enjoy coming on this
Yes.
show. I said let me get into
You got to
Shakima.
go on the round of primaries.
Uh oh. Uh
That'll be
oh.
good. Or after the primary when a candidate is picked going forward, because we'll still have what, like 4 more months until
Yeah.
election
So I
day.
think it wraps up in June.
Right.
It's going to go into a full swing. I think the petitions are going around, having registered voters to sign, and Ras Baraka, he's been up in Orange a couple times. And Philip is planning to come up in Orange, I think in
Oh, okay.
March. You know,
Wow.
I don't know when, but you know what, St. Matthew's Church this Sunday is sponsoring the candidates forum with Ras Baraka in Orange here.
Okay.
That's at
Okay.
9 o'clock. It's a question answering.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and that's what's happening. And I'll let you know. When the other candidates come through. They're being sponsored by St. Matthew's Church.
Okay.
Um, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. Another interesting thing is going to be what's going on in New York right now with Eric Adams and Governor
Oh,
Hochul.
right.
See where that's
Yeah.
going to play
We
out.
had to do a show on that one.
Don't let this
Yeah.
guy come in. Don't let this guy know about it.
Whack a toe. Oh man, I love the New York Post though. I
Yeah, I
love
mean,
them.
the Star Ledger's not around no more. It's on NJ.com. They went out of business.
So
But my
is that
paper,
why they're not doing print, because they went out of business?
yeah. They no, they didn't go out of business. They just took the print.
Just
The
online?
print. Yeah, it's
Okay.
online. NJ.com.
So what do
They
they
call it the
favor
site.
money?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. They
Now,
want you to
can
buy a
you print it?
subscription.
Okay, now but you
No,
can
I
print
I
from the
actually got the
paper.
last printed newspaper. It was as the day of the Super Bowl.
That was
They
last
put.
Sunday, right?
Yeah,
Was the
yep.
last one? Yeah.
Yeah, I still got it on my kitchen table. That's a
Wow.
collectible item.
Wow. Yeah, that's it. Wow. Could you imagine that? So in the future, We're probably not going to have anything in print. It'll all be digital and online.
Yeah, it's unfortunate I'm the only one that buys the paper. I go down to the local paper store, and now I'm buying the New York Post. I can't even buy the Star Ledger because you got to read the stuff online.
Yeah, I was getting
But
it
we got
free
our other paper.
free
We
from the
got local talk.
library.
Yeah, we got local talk. That's my paper I work for.
Yes.
I do the sports. You know, um, and that's what's happening. So if anybody wants to reach out to me for me to cover events, I'll give you my number. My number is 862-766-7386. I always cover sports events for our paper. It's called Local Talk Newark. It's located in Maplewood, New Jersey. It does cover
Maplewood.
Essex County. It covers Newark, East Orange, Irvington, South Orange, Maplewood. It's a local weekly paper that started by Mr. Rand Shaw. He's the editor, publisher in chief, and maybe we can get him on the show and talk about
Of course.
the politics in newspapers.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be good. That will be good.
All you gotta do is like this. It's called hype.
Mm.
It's called hype. The election in New Jersey is all hype. But you know what the issues are? But there are issues that are crucial for candidates that
Yeah.
are running.
Yeah.
Education,
Homelessness,
state aid,
housing. Yeah.
yeah, um, all types of stuff that's affecting our residents of New Jersey. So I'm gonna let you go, Shakima. All right, William
Okay.
Hathaway.
See
Thank
you,
you for
Will.
having me
It
on
was
your
it was
show.
nice to have you on, and you got to come back. You got to come back.
Okay, I'm not gonna charge you for me to come back, but you have a
Thank
good
you. I
night. Okay.
appreciate that. You too.
You have a good night, and you keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Um, because it's all fun.
It is. It really is. I have a good time doing this.
Yeah, I mean your
Keeps me
ratings.
up.
I don't know how. What are the hits when I come on the show?
I get the hits later. They don't
No,
give it
no,
to me
it's
immediately.
all good though. It's all good. It's all good. It's all fun too.
But
Uh,
definitely we love your insight. It's always on point and good, and we like
because
that
you were
viewpoint
like,
perspective.
listen, like you was about to end the show. I said, no, let me go on the
I
show,
was about to wrap it up.
and now it took 2 hours.
I know. But thank you too for coming on.
Okay, you're welcome.
You take care,
Peace out,
Will.
my friend.
All
Have
right.
a good night.
See you. Peace.
All right, all right, bye bye.
All right. That was Will Hathaway, Democratic Committee member. I forgot the name that they went by before. They changed the name. I forgot. Ms. Brown says, "Let the viewers know how to purchase a current exposure shirt, loving the fleece and cup." Oh, thank you. I gotta get that going. I gotta get that going. Um, and yes, good night to everyone. Thank you to all the observers and listeners that joined us this evening. It was a pleasure. This is Current Exposure. I am Shakima K. Thomas, and peace.